Let's go.
Hands up!
Laredo, Texas.
Get down! Get down! Get down! Get down! Turn around! Turn around! Turn around! Turn around! Turn around!
Laredo, Texas, on May 9, 2025, Humberto Misael Garcia, a smuggler, drove a white on IH-35 in Webb County. During the pursuit, Garcia drove recklessly at speeds reaching 100 mph through crowded streets. What happened next was truly shocking. Garcia slammed into a wall, causing the hood to fly open, but he didn't stop. Instead, he continued to flee wildly, causing another crash shortly after.
He should have pitted him back there. He knows this neighborhood. He knows exactly where he's going. He's not just running to I mean, yeah, he's running, but he knows where he is. He lives in that condo about 2 blocks up on the left.
1050 with a vehicle.
Yeah.
Then EMS. Driver's wearing red shorts, white shirt.
I would not be calling for EMS until I got him in custody.
Garcia managed to escape the vehicle and ran. However, he made a fatal mistake. A quick burst from a taser brought him to the ground instantly. The pursuit ended in just a few seconds.
Turn around! Turn around! Turn around! Turn around! Turn around!
Under Texas state law, Garcia was arrested and now faces a series of serious charges, including
Hey, Chris, how you doing, buddy?
evading arrest failure to stop and render aid, and reckless driving. With these charges, he could face decades in prison. But it doesn't end there. Police also discovered 4 illegal immigrants locked inside Garcia's vehicle and immediately transferred them to U.S. Border Patrol.
Good. Yeah, they still haven't learned, Chris.
Los Angeles, California. At around 10:20 p.m. on March 14, 2025, while patrolling along Imperial Highway, near the intersection with Broadway, officers noticed a vehicle driving erratically. The driver was swerving and making dangerous lane changes, prompting them to initiate a traffic stop.
Hey, turn off your car!
When officers ordered the driver, later identified as 35-year-old Mario Sanchez, to lower the windows and cooperate, he ignored the commands. Instead, Sanchez began yelling profanities at the officers and suddenly stepped out of the driver's seat. He deliberately acted as if he was carrying a gun. It was a reckless decision, and he paid the price.
No, great. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't care what he acts like. This is what happens when officers' adrenaline takes over. Women in stressful situations, they handle it fucked up emotionally. Men handle it logically. You don't want a woman with a badge in a stressful situation like this. Until you see a weapon, you can't shoot that guy. You can't just assume that he's got a gun until you see it. Or if he fires it at you, obviously you know. You don't want it to come to that point. You want to get ahead of it and see the weapon before he fires it. But he had no weapon. And they opened fire on his ass. Yeah.
began yelling profanities at the officers and suddenly stepped out of the driver's seat. He deliberately acted as if he was carrying a gun.
I want to see how he acted.
Decision, and he paid the price.
Hey, dude. Hey. Hey.
What? No, he didn't. Hold on, I want to see what he does here.
Hey, dude.
Watch the guy at the right there where the window is.
Hey. Hey. Hey, dude. Hey. Hey.
Did you hear what she said? Shots fired, officer needs help. You got 3 fucking officers on the scene. How much more help do you need? You got guns and all that equipment on your Batman belt. But that's what female officers always do. Scream for help. Whether they need it or not, they're screaming for help. I'm talking from experience. Life experience.
Officer needs help.
He was quickly given emergency aid but did not survive. Upon investigation, police confirmed that the object Sanchez pointed at them during the shooting was in fact just a cell phone. Had he survived, Sanchez could have faced multiple criminal charges, including reckless driving failure to comply with police orders, resisting law enforcement.
A cell phone doesn't look like a gun, ladies and gentlemen. Seriously. See, when you pull a car over, see, on our patrol unit, on that beacon strip, we have alley lights on the side and we got spotlights on the front. So when I pull somebody over, it ain't like Adam 12 where I have a spotlight over here on the side. I should light their asses up with my 2 spotlights. That's where my blue lights are. I can see a cell phone in his hand. I can see a gun in his hand, and I can distinguish the difference. In all my years, I never accidentally shot somebody that was holding a phone.
And threatening behavior with a replica weapon. In California, reckless driving alone can result in up to 1 year in jail and a $1,000 fine, while...
See, Chris, that's what blows my mind, okay? Chris said, I had a hot woman as a gym teacher. Help her like a second teacher, and when it was a yoga day, she wore her yoga... Oh, I had a couple of really sexy teachers. And I'm just going to say the kids of today are, the little boys of today are just wimps. I wish one of my teachers would have took advantage of me when I was a student. Nobody would have known shit. But these kids, they got to tell somebody. And get the teacher that taught them every sexual tip that they know at that moment in their life. They go to jail. Please teach me. Holy shit. I ain't telling nobody. I'm not telling my friends. I'm not telling nobody. That's me and her secret. Damn. And I'm not kidding. I wished one of those teachers would have took advantage of me. I wouldn't even felt violated. I mean, she's a teacher, for God's sake. Teach me the shit I need to know in real life. Those sexual tips are very important. I had to spend hours watching training videos. Some people call it porn. I call it training video. To learn what to do. That's where I got my certification as a Heimlich maneuver. Yeah, I'm a specialist.
Deliberately creating a deadly threat toward officers.
Yeah, they did teach us sex ed, but I want more than just a little video that they showed where they call it a penis and a vagina. What the fuck? That's exciting to hear, isn't it? That gets you in the mood.
Officers can leave
Seriously.
with 3 to 5 years in prison. Altogether, had the incident not escalated into a fatal confrontation, Sanchez might have faced 4 to 6 years behind bars and numerous legal consequences. But now all punishment remains hypothetical. One impulsive act stepping out and
Wait,
punishment
here's a better view of it. Hold on.
And numerous legal consequences. But now all punishment.
See, he went like that and turned. Did you see that? I mean, it was less than a second. He went like that and turned. He just... Watch him.
Behind bars and numerous legal consequences.
Watch what he does.
But now
right
all
here.
Punishment
That's it. Women think emotionally. Men think logically in stressful situations. The rest of the time, women are so much more fucking smarter than men, it ain't even funny. And I'm not, that's a fact. Yeah, that's why we need a woman in our life to keep us grounded.
remains hypothetical. One impulsive act, stepping out and pretending to be armed, closed off every chance he had to make things right. Was he truly a threat or just a victim of his own disastrous choices?
He was not a threat.
In the comments below.
Had this been 2 male officers, that wouldn't have happened. No shit. I pulled up on a 1016 one time. It's a 1016. It's a domestic call, and it was a dirt driveway. You come off this rock road, and then you make the left into this dirt driveway. And the driveway is probably, I don't know. You go up this driveway probably 10 yards before you reach the house. No woods or nothing on each side, just a long driveway. I pulled up on it, and here's this guy sitting in a fucking rocking chair. I didn't notice him. I pulled up. I'm the backup unit at this point, but the first unit is not there yet. I made it there before he did. So I got out of my patrol unit, and I'm adjusting my Batman belt like you usually do. No, I'm not adjusting my thong. It stays pretty much in place during the whole shift. So I'm adjusting my Batman belt, and I'm just walking. I was going to walk up to the door, knock on the door. I hadn't noticed the guy on the porch yet because he was way to the right of the porch. The door, you go up the like 5 steps, and you're on the porch, and the door's right there. Well, he was further down from the door, but I'm looking at the door. Like, okay, where's the windows? Where am I going to approach? When I go to knock on the door, am I going to stand on the right side, the left side? That's what I'm thinking as I'm approaching. And I see this guy, and he's got a cane, a walking cane, and he's aiming it at me like it's a shotgun. No shit. What a fucking idiot. He's just a fucking dumbass. He's probably in his late 50s. This is back, I don't know, 2009. And when I saw him, first reaction is he's got a shotgun and he's aiming at me. Oh shit. I went down on I'm standing walking. I immediately hit my knees, pulled out my Glock, and come up. Drop the fucking gun, you If that had been a woman, she'd have drawn her weapon and started firing. I didn't know what it was at that second. But once I realized it was going to be a shotgun, which is what I figured it was, not a double barrel. I didn't mistake it as that, but I thought it was like a 30-30 or something. Scared the shit out of me. Like, holy shit. And all it was a walking cane. He was just holding like this, like a shotgun. You better be damn sure before you pull that trigger that it's a gun that's being aimed at you. So I'm saying that to say I've been in these situations. I know what they feel. I know what's going through their fucking chest. That tightness and that adrenaline shooting up in your fucking brain that quick. I know. But you still have to wait a second. Make sure before you pull that trigger.
Get the fucking car off! Get the car off!
It's not brown.
Turn it off!
In March 2025, a stolen Ford.
Okay, Doc, you're just hooked up on this fucking brown shit, okay? Get a Dubai. Yeah, a Dubai. There's none of that. You sick fuck. There's none of that. That's nasty. Shut up. Ugh.
Ford F-450 is flagged by an automated license plate reader as it crosses into Wisconsin. But this wasn't just about one stolen vehicle. The
Oh, it
truck
did.
was also
And it was a black cane with that black rubber. I know that because I took it in as evidence. I locked his fucking ass up.
tied to a string of trailer thefts and catalytic converter heists across multiple cities. Kenosha police quickly traced the driver, John Miller, 56 years old, a name well known in the criminal justice system. He's out on bail for 4 pending felony charges in Wisconsin and has a
4 felony charges, and he's out on the streets. They're pending. I heard the pending. That doesn't matter. Nowadays, you don't need a court date. You need a sentencing hearing, because most crimes are on video. Once you got them on video, what's the trial for? To show the video? That's all the evidence you need. That's it. Hey, he's on video. Yeah, that's him. That's him. He's guilty. This, you're innocent until proven guilty. That was long before iPhones, when everybody's got a camera on them. That doesn't apply anymore. The law needs to catch up with the technology.
rap sheet dating back to 1999 with a suspect.
Pantene, I wanted to knock the shit out of that piece of shit over the head with that cane. That scared the hell out of me. I thought I was shot. And there's no way I'm getting my gun out and returning fire before you can pull that trigger on that 30-30. There's no way. That's what's going through my head. But I dropped to my fucking knees, and my gun was in my hand when I hit my knees. That was scary. But I didn't shoot him.
This dangerous officers don't hesitate. The pursuit begins. As the chase barrels into Pleasant Prairie, local police waste no time. 2 officers move into position ahead of the suspect, preparing to deploy spike strips. And
No, Trooper, it wasn't I thought it was a 30-30. When I saw him aiming, I knew it wasn't like a double barrel shotgun. Just, that's what hit my head was 30-30. Oh, fuck it. I was on it. I was quick. Fucking Wyatt Earp wouldn't have had nothing on me back in the fucking 1800s. Shit, I'd have been a bounty hunter back then. Quick draw McGraw. And I had a level 3 holster, and I had my gun out in my hand before my knees hit the ground. And that's what we talked about for the next 2 weeks in our little war story circles. God damn, Patterson. You had that gun out quick, didn't you?
stop him cold.
They don't know where the spike strips are. That's why they're slowing down.
Go ahead.
Right? Oh, okay. No, never mind. You got him.
But with traffic too heavy, the spike strip attempt fails. That's when they escalate. Full tactical authority is handed over to the Pleasant Prairie team. Under the ML overpass, veteran officers execute a precision box-in maneuver, locking the suspect in with breathtaking control.
Piece of shit. Told you, we didn't play with these fucking criminals. That's what they were, fucking criminals. Oh, and to let you know the rest of the story, he broke his fucking wife's wrist. So he went to jail for the domestic violence and all that. He broke her fucking wrist. I mean, bad. Where the bone's sticking out. Bad. With his bare hands. In front of 2 kids. At the dinner table. just a piece of shit.
The scene erupts into chaos. John refuses to exit the vehicle. He keeps his foot on the gas, defying every command, while officers carefully adjust positions to avoid a potential crossfire in the tight perimeter.
Yeah, watch the crossfire. There you go. There you go. No, do it in the front. The back's no big deal. Do the front. Flatten those front tires.
I'm climbing. You got it, County?
I did assist him down the stairs. I was even professional enough, because I'm a trained professional trooper. I was professional enough to help him off the ground. Yeah. I mean, he lost probably a half a pound of skin on his face on those stairs. I don't know how it happened. It was crazy. It happened so quickly. I don't know.
Then the situation gets even more volatile. A large pit bull is spotted in the front seat with John. The threat level instantly doubles. Officers now face two dangers at once: a hostile suspect and an unpredictable animal inches away. They scream for compliance, pounding
No, he
on
was
the
already
windshield with
handcuffed,
batons,
Pantene.
trying to-
Pantene, I couldn't go down that road. He was already handcuffed. I couldn't say he was resisting. But he snatched away from me and lost his balance. I'm guessing.
break through before someone gets hurt.
Shut the fucking car off! Get the car off! Turn it off! Now! Turn it off!
What are you doing? I don't understand the concept of this fucktard beating the front windshield. Because number one, if the guy had a gun, the bullet can penetrate the front windshield. And he's an open target. So obviously they're not worried about a gun in the truck. I don't know what he's trying to accomplish. You get one of those fucking patrol units, you put it right in the front of his bumper where he can't move. Then you move this patrol unit that's on the side blocking the driver's door, and you snatch his ass out of it. God damn, what happened to common sense?
All right, let's slow it down.
Over there, watch cross.
Not that way you don't get him out of the... That's just stupid. Do you know how long it's going to take with a half baton to break the front windshield enough to get him out? I would rather play with fucking Legos than to try that shit.
Fire!
He's okay.
Hey, Danny, watch the crossfire. We got guys over here.
Crossfire, Dutter, crossfire. Crossfire, Dutter.
Fucking car.
You see the patrol unit over there on the right? All you do is you tell whoever patrol unit that is to bring it in, go around and bring your push bumper and put it right against his fucking bumper. As this patrol unit's moving out of the fucking way, the one that's on the side of the truck. Because you can't get to the driver's door because fucking Einstein with a badge decided to block the driver's door like that. And sometimes that happens. But to get him out, you got to move the car. You got to get out of the way. There's no common sense going on here at all.
Turn it off now.
Look at this. Instead of moving the patrol unit and doing what I said, he's going through his car and hanging out the other unit like a dog in heat. I wonder if his tongue is out. The fuck? For the life of me, I can't understand why departments are not calling me, asking me to come in to their department and train these fucktards. Because I'd do it. I mean, if the money's right, I would do it. You fucking idiot. You don't even know where to hit the windshield.
We're gonna fucking shoot your dog!
Turn it off.
Yeah, the wrong end. Look, look, none of them here know what the fuck they're doing. Look at this shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 officers on scene, and not one of them's got any fucking God-gifted common sense.
I'm gonna fucking tase you.
How the fuck you gonna tase him when you can't even get to him? Did you hear this fucking idiot? Oh, I'm gonna tase you. You can't make this shit up.
Come this way. I'm gonna fucking tase you. Get out. Start crawling. Your dog can stay there. Let's go. Let's go.
I'm gonna tase you.
I'm dragging your ass out. Let's go.
Okay, now they got the window. Okay, now he can tase him. But I'd pepper spray the shit out of him.
Then fucking take it off.
Get the fuck out! Climb out of the fucking car!
What do you think's going on wrong here? Too many people running their fucking mouth. Shut up. One person, whoever initiated this traffic stop, is in charge. They give the commands.
Stop reaching around.
Don't fucking reach, motherfucker! Fucking get out!
This scene is, oh my God, I'd be screaming, shut the fuck up! This scene is chaotic. There's too much drama and chaos in this scene right here. And we're talking about people's lives. God.
You're gonna get shot! Get the fuck out! Tsunami, relax!
Climb out.
Come here, dog.
Right now.
Let us on a fucking high-speed chase. Get the hell out of there.
One officer saying, I'm gonna tase you. The other officer says, I'm gonna shoot you. The other officer says, get out of the seatbelt. The other officer says, get out of the truck. I mean, goddamn, which one? See how chaotic? And you got a female with a gun. Very dangerous. I mean, in the line of duty. I think every female should own and have a gun on them. Absolutely.
You're not dragging out.
Yeah, we are.
Get the
You don't got a
fuck out of
fucking
the car!
Get out.
Get out now! No, get out, dude! Get out of the fucking car!
There's some crazy shit right here.
Then get the fuck out.
Yep, they're wearing a beard. That tells you everything you need to know.
We're gone.
And look at this fucking female. What the fuck are you doing? Okay, if there's a gun needed to be drawn, why doesn't everybody have their guns out? You got fucktard here with a plastic piece of shit in his hand. And she's got a gun aimed at his fucking head. This is way too chaotic. Look at the tattoos, you unprofessional bitch.
We got compliance right now.
Calm down! Crawl out!
After nearly 10 minutes of high-stakes standoff, officers finally dragged John Miller from the vehicle by force. The pit bull is secured without incident. A quick search reveals
The pit bull was a wimp. It was a wimp dog. No threat.
Get out of the fucking car. There you go.
Get on the ground!
I got dog.
Watch out with that dog. Watch out with that
You got
dog.
him?
You're under arrest.
Get on your fucking
You think?
I can't.
You're under arrest. No. Say it isn't so. You think? Fucking idiot.
Given the level of resistance and his aggressive behavior, police deemed him an extreme threat. The charges
No, the
stacked up
officers
fast
were the
vehicle
extreme
theft,
threat.
felony fleeing 5 counts of first-degree reckless endangerment, 2 counts of highway damage, 56 bail violations, resisting arrest, carrying a concealed weapon, and possession of stolen property. The judge noted that
And
the
look at-
bail violations alone
Look at fucking baby Huey. He's the supervisor on scene. He should have been the one telling everybody to shut the fuck up. But he was right in that fucking drama. It was like watching the Petticoat Junction. Nothing but drama here. And he was part of it. Fucking beards and shit. Officers should not have a beard. Very unprofessional. Looks nasty with that uniform. No matter how nice their uniform is, they still look like a fucking homeless idiot with that beard on wearing that uniform.
alone could result in a life sentence. John's bail was set at $150,000 cash. What do you think about the situation and how the police
I
officers
think the cops
handled
were a bunch of idiots.
He's flipping something. Hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Shots fired, shots fired.
On the night of October 5th, 2024, an emergency situation mobilized the entire law enforcement of Medina County, Ohio. David Sepp.
The mustaches, as long as they stay trimmed, looks fine. It doesn't look unprofessional. But a beard with that uniform just looks like you're fucking, Hobo Billy. That's what it looks like. It doesn't fit. With all the fucking tattoos on their arm and shit. Buddy, if you had a little tattoo, it better not be seen if you're wearing long sleeves or short sleeves, or you wouldn't get the job. They would not hire you if you've got a visible tattoo. Now we just went to fucking shit. It's okay. Wear beards. Look like you're a fucking con that just was released from prison. Got all these prison tats. Yeah, that's what they look like.
Chapter 44 was reported to be armed and possibly en route to Wadsworth High School. The threat of a potential attack on school grounds was real. Police immediately coordinated with neighboring agencies to track down the gray Ford F-150 Scepter was driving while monitoring his cell phone signal, which showed he was getting closer to the school.
Oh, I can grow a beard.
By 10:06 p.m., a deputy spotted the suspect.
Hold on just a minute. Wait a minute. I'm being attacked. I need to defend myself. Doc says Pat can't grow a beard, so he gets pissed when he sees it. I can grow a beard. I mean, it looks like I have the mange, but I can grow one. I got bald spots everywhere. Yeah, but I can fucking grow a beard. I have you know.
Vehicle on Broad Street. After confirming the license plate matched Scepter, officers quickly began pursuit.
See your hands. Put your hands out of the car. Put your hands out of the car. Show me your hands. Do it now. He's flipping something. Hands up. Hands up.
Oh, shit. Okay, now I know why they shot him. But here's the thing. They shot way too soon. Because right there, he's holding a weapon, yes. But he's not, here's the key. He's not a threat. Now, some of you are saying, what the fuck are you talking about, night cop? He's got a fucking rifle in his hand. Doesn't matter. Until he brings that rifle up towards the officers, you can't shoot him. And where was the barrel of the gun when they opened fire? The barrel of the gun was aimed towards the ground. Not like this, but like this. He hadn't brought it up as a threat yet. You cannot shoot, or it's a bad shoot. And this is a bad shoot.
He's flipping something. Hands up! Hands up! Hands up!
Wait, I might be wrong. Hold on.
Hands up! Hands up!
Okay, there it is there.
Hands up!
Okay, they're right. They could have shot right. Let me show you where they could have shot at.
Hands up! Hands up! Hands up!
Right there. Right there. That's when he became the threat. I was wrong. I was totally wrong. This is a good shoot. He brought that up towards the officers.
Shots fired, shots fired. Hands up! Hands up!
He doesn't have to have the gun actually aimed at him. He just has to start bringing it up as a threat. Just like somebody in a vehicle. They don't actually have to hit me with the car for me to open fire. They just have to move that vehicle towards me, and I can use deadly force on the driver.
Hands up! Shots fired, shots fired.
Okay, did you hear this, officer? You're dealing with a trained professional. This officer knows how to control his adrenaline. You can always tell by the sound of their voice if they're controlling their adrenaline or not. That's the key. The voice is the key. Listen to him. Listen how calm. After 5 years in law enforcement, I learned how to control my adrenaline rush. And after that 5 years, that's how I sounded. In the middle of a struggle, in the middle of a fight, in the middle of a shootout, in the middle of a stand-up, didn't matter. I was calm, cool, and collective on that radio. Not the first 5 years. I sounded like a little girl who had just lost her fucking hula hoop or something. But once I learned how to do it, listen at him.
Shots fired, shots fired.
Very calm and cool.
Hey, stay with me.
I just want to say, I want to be part of this department. You're looking at pure professionalism. Yeah, it gets by most people, but just watch their approach. There's no crossfire. There's no people as they're walking. I've seen it. Watch their approach. It's like a military platoon going in Afghan somewhere. Watch them. Very professional. This is how law enforcement is supposed to be done. Look at that. Look at that. That's how we did it. Just like this. And if they're smart, I'm sure you can't see it on camera, but there's another officer over here on the right side of that truck approaching the truck to the driver's side. But they're aligned together. One group doesn't go ahead of the other group, because then you get crossfire. You stay in uniform as you're approaching. You're straight across from each other. I guarantee you they got 1 to 2 other officers on that passenger side or the passenger side of the patrol unit approaching. Very fucking professional. Look at that. Fuck yeah. And here's another thing. I'm just pointing shit out. I mean, that's what I'm here for, right? I know you're done. Quit. If you want to watch the whole video, then get off the stream and go to YouTube and watch the whole video. Me, I analyze everything. Watch this officer come from the right, or the left, I'm sorry. And as soon as these 3 officers approach that vehicle, he takes his gun, brings it down. That's called a cover. He covered his weapon. Just like that. No crossfire. Watch it. Ah, damn. It's been a long time since I got excited about watching the video. These guys are like spot on. And I bet you 3 of the 4 is ex-military with this kind of training. Watch. See this guy right here? Now he covers because the officer's near the door of the truck. So he comes down and covers. Fucking, I could have done it better. There's no way my shift could have done better than these guys. Spot on. That's the way you're trained in police academy. No shit. During Officer Survival Week, that's how they train us, among a lot of other things.
Stay with me.
Absolutely.
Make it. Yeah,
Like
make
that.
it.
Before initiating
I want to watch that shit again. That was fucking awesome. I mean, seriously, that's exciting for me to finally see somebody doing it right. Because that's the way it's done, ladies and gentlemen. What you just witnessed from this department, wherever it is, badasses. I want to work with them.
the stop, the deputy radioed that this was a high-risk situation. Emergency lights and sirens were activated, but Scepter continued driving for about 1,4 mile before pulling over.
Damn.
He exited
That
the
was
vehicle
fucking
leading with
badass.
his left foot, holding a rifle.
And here's something else. If you'll watch when I was saying, no, this is not a good shoot, I was wrong. I just saw the gun like that. You see how he is? I thought they opened fire right there. And to tell you just how fucking professional and using common sense, they waited until he became a threat. Watch.
In his hand.
Right there. That's when the fire, look at the left side, right over the top of me. You can see his gunfire right there. That at that exact moment, they didn't hesitate. These guys are badass.
What followed was a clear example of the serious consequences that come with defying police
Exactly.
orders while armed.
Here's the guy that, now watch, he'll cover.
Hey, stay with me.
We're talking about. And I hope they're professional enough to not render aid to this piece of shit. We don't do medical aid to a criminal. But let's see what happens. Yeah, look. Oh, fucking Baldy. Looked like he's fixing to try to render aid. No, when the EMT gets there, they're trained to do that. That's their job, not mine.
Yep, grab that kit.
They're still badass, though. Holy shit, they're badass.
All officers D4.
All right, guys, give me some light.
I mean, they did everything right. I probably couldn't have done it that good. Ohio State Police, really? Ohio? Kick ass, man. They're badass officers right here.
Farther south. Skin.
Now, after a shooting, I'm telling you, I've been there. You're like this, right? But you keep your adrenaline calm. Listen to the guy on the radio still staying completely calm. And only one person communicating with dispatch. Everybody's not on their fucking radio and screaming and yelling. Just one person talking to dispatch. You can thank the sheriff or the chief of police over this department because of this professionalism.
We need someone closing down Silver Creek farther south.
I don't know, Cromwell.
The arm. Rolling up. You got pistols in your car?
Med kit in the back. You need a key.
Emergency medical personnel arrived shortly after.
My med kit, I had a complete med kit in my trunk. But it was designated for victims only.
And administered first aid at the scene. Scepter was transported to the hospital in critical condition. However, due to the severity of his injuries, he did not survive. Had he lived under Ohio law, he could have faced multiple serious charges, including unlawful possession of a firearm, endangering a school facility, failure to comply with police orders, and use of a weapon against law enforcement. Specifically, pointing a firearm at an officer could have constituted attempted aggravated murder of a peace officer carrying a maximum sentence of life imprisonment. Total financial penalties could have exceeded $20,000. But now, there is nothing left for the courts to decide. In just a few moments of confrontation, Scepter lost his future, his name, and his life. A grave outcome that underscores the price of choosing to confront law enforcement with a weapon.
Very professional.
At around noon on May 6, 2025,
Ladies and gentlemen, we are not in Dodge City. You don't pull your weapon and shoot with one hand. You have no control. The recoil of that weapon, you might have just close your eyes and shoot. Seriously. Shooting it with one hand in a stressful situation like that, you have no control where that bullet's going to go because of the recoil and your adrenaline. What an idiot. But I knew he was a fucktard when I saw his police hat. Who the fuck wears that? I thought Barney was the last one to wear one of those things.
in Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, a New Mexico State Police patrol officer conducted a routine traffic stop on NM Highway 181. The vehicle stopped was a white GMC pickup truck driven by
I do not like his
75-year-old
hat.
Dennis Jones, a resident of Las Cruces. But this was no ordinary driver. A records check revealed that Jones was wanted for violating probation related to a sexual assault conviction in the state of Arizona.
right, if you can't find it, can you just step out for me and we're gonna walk back to my unit, all right?
Ladies and gentlemen, you never do that, ever. That is one of the most dangerous moves on a traffic stop that you could possibly do. When you're on that passenger side, you never tell the driver to step out. You can't see what's on his left side from where you're standing. He can come out the door with an AR-15, a 357, whatever he's got, and you won't know it until you start walking back to the bed of that truck and he opens fire on you. You just say, okay, I'll be right with you. You keep your seat. You walk around the tailgate of that truck and walk to the driver's seat. Then you tell him to step out while you're there on that driver's side. Yes, they train us to do that, but it's also God-gifted common sense.
All right, if you can't find it, you can walk back to your unit.
Yeah, you're not using the sights either. Of course, we don't usually use the sights. The sights is the furthest thing from our mind, man. You just, yeah, I didn't even see my fucking sights when I opened fire. You don't see them. You don't even realize they're there. That's when you're at the range. When you're at the shooting range, qualifying on your weapon, that's when you use your sights. After that, you never even notice that they're there. Seriously. What the fuck?
Shots fired, shots fired, shots fired.
And did you see, here's the danger of that. See the black car on the left? Little BMW? I think that's what it looks like, a BMW. That when he misses, watch where that black car is when he opens fire. Right in the crossfire. Was not thinking at all. This officer, that's a stupid fucking move. Trying to shoot with one hand. He's watched too many fucking Clint Eastwood movies.
Shots fired, shots fired, shots fired.
Yeah.
As soon as he was asked to step out of the vehicle, Jones refused to comply. Then, without warning, he drew a handgun and opened fire on the officer. Fearing for his life, the officer immediately returned fire. Though struck by gunfire, Jones remained inside the vehicle and sped off, turning the situation into a tense, high-speed
Son of a
pursuit.
bitch, he actually hit him. Well, color me stupid. He actually hit the guy. He's like the one-armed bandit.
We have sharp fire.
Holy shit.
He's going up a Highlands Road up to...
Correct, but T-Gun, he actually hit the suspect. We got us another miracle bullet. Yeah, because that was a dumb fucking move, ladies and gentlemen. For the safety of the innocent civilians in the area, that was a stupid fucking move. I mean, the bullet doesn't reach the truck and then drop. When you miss, it just keeps going across the street into somebody's businesses and hits them in the head. You have to have control of that weapon. And if you're not like this, you don't have control of the weapon after the first shot because of the recoil.
property?
Now you can do a little 22 pistol like that. It has very, like, almost minimal recoil. A little 22 handgun. It's like no recoil.
Put your hands up!
What the fuck you doing so far back away?
I'm will shoot you!
I know he's got a gun, but you don't. Unless you got a sniper rifle and you're going to get up on your patrol unit, this does no good at all. You got to get a lot closer than that, ladies and gentlemen. You got a door, and if it's a patrol unit, there's usually a piece of steel in that door. You're protected, unless they shoot you in the foot. But yeah, I'd have to get a lot closer than that.
He's shooting back. He's shooting back.
A Desert Eagle? Okay.
Shots fired. Shots fired. He's shooting. Put your hands up!
Yeah, what you gonna do? He's in another zip code. You think that fucking old man, 75 years old, can hear him? He can't hear him.
So, overnight, were you directed that last shooting, sir?
He's so far, Chris, because he's scared. It's okay to be scared. But when you borderline coward, that's where the problem lies. You can be scared. I was scared. Fuck, many a time I was scared. But I'm not a coward. There's a difference between being scared and being a coward. This fucker's a coward.
He's down on the ground. Possibly hit.
10-4 direct male down, possibly hit.
Put your hands up! Let me see your hands!
I think this guy took me literally with that sniper rifle. Golly, look at him. He's watching too many G.I. Joe movies. Did you hear him say he's not possibly, I think?
Firearm is possibly in his left hand.
Do you see a difference between the Ohio State Police we saw just a few minutes ago and these idiots? When you're approaching, you're not behind somebody else. You're beside somebody else. You do it as one. It's like you're one person walking towards that vehicle and you're covering. Look at Farmer John back there behind the guy. No. That's not. They probably used to work for LAPD. See the difference? Yeah, big difference, right? And nobody is walking up on that passenger side. Yeah, I know fucking Sniper Joe is over here hunkered down like a coward, but yeah, that's not how you do it.
Once the scene was secured.
What the fuck? You got, look at this. Wait. Watch. You got all these fucking officers and only 2 approaching. With a man known to have a gun. They know he has a gun. And you only got 2.
Once the scene was secured,
Okay, you only need the 2. I understand that. Right, I agree. You only need 2. Actually, you need 3. 2 on the driver's side, 1 on the passenger side. But, you know, Sniper Joe was covering that. But if the officers are already on the scene, then go with them. Don't just stand there from the sidelines and watch. Participate.
officers approached and found Jones deceased inside the truck. The Office of the Medical Investigator confirmed he had died at the scene. No officers were injured in the incident. Had he survived, Dennis Jones would have faced a long list.
Damn, he's got some pretty eyes. For 75. Look at his eyes. Looks like my dad's eyes. That was the color of my dad's eyes. Yeah.
list of serious charges: unlawful possession of a firearm, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon resisting a peace officer, and, most notably, violating probation for a prior sexual assault conviction offenses that could have landed him in federal prison for years.
He's 75 years old and he's got a sexual assault. Really? Oh, Viagra. Never mind. Yeah, I got it. I was thinking, really? I mean, I was figuring, okay, there's hope for me. At 75, I can still get it up, right? And then, because when I heard it's sexual assault, 75 years old, I got to, and then I'm thinking, wait, no, no. Yeah, Viagra. Never mind. Okay, there's hope.
But instead of facing trial, he chose to end the chase with violence, closing his life in
My
gunfire.
grandpa's 82 and he can't hear me when I'm sitting right next to
that
it.
would
Yeah.
never be read.
Spread out! Don't move! Don't move! Don't fucking move! Get your fucking hands up!
At around 10 p.m. on April 3rd, 2025 in Concord, California, a routine police response escalated into a deadly confrontation when
What do you mean a
dangerous
Karen got
suspect
offended?
proved ready to open fire.
Wait, I'm sorry. Pantene, what do you mean by some Karen got offended? Like, I don't give a fuck. They can get offended. Nothing happens. They're not going to, like, catch the flu or get pneumonia or anything. I mean, they just get offended. Get over it.
And kill an officer. The incident began when a patrol officer from the Concord Police Department spotted a suspicious vehicle and initiated a traffic stop. However, the driver...
Oh, Texas, I'm just picking at you. I'm absolutely positive you're not looking in the parking lot of Walmart looking for debit cards. That was a joke.
later identified as 37-year-old Eric Darrell Foreman,
Some Karen got
suddenly
offended.
jumped out of the
Yeah.
car and fled on foot.
And you know what? You're probably right, Pantene. That's probably what it was.
Stay right
You
there.
know how they like attention. And they love being the victim.
Stop! The car, quick. Get on the ground!
In the middle of a parking lot, despite repeated commands to comply, Foreman defiantly pulled a handgun from his waistband and aimed it directly at the officer, forcing police to open fire. The shots missed, and the suspect kept running eastbound along the sidewalk of Clayton Road.
Get on the fucking ground! Spread out! Don't move! Don't move! Don't fucking...
Okay. Here's the part where I wanted to point this out. Listen to his voice, because the voice tells you everything you need to know about if he has control of his adrenaline or if he does not. Just listen to this officer's voice, and you tell me what's controlling him, his common sense or his adrenaline.
fucking ground! Spread out! Don't move! Don't move! Don't fucking move! Get your fucking hands up! Shots fired! Shots fired! Come on! He's got a gun! He's got a gun! He's got a gun!
Why are you getting out of your car?
Situation
Drive to the
spiraled out of
suspect.
control. Foreman suddenly stopped and fired his weapon at a second officer who was pursuing him.
Drop the gun! Drop the gun! There's 87 shots fired, pointing a gun at me.
Dispatch don't give a shit.
He's in the Big Wave laundromat parking lot.
Foreman was ultimately taken down by a K-9 unit and arrested with a loaded handgun in his possession. The investigation revealed that he had pointed and attempted to fire his weapon at police. He is currently being held at the Martinez detention facility and faces a series of serious charges under California law, including attempted murder of a police officer, assault with a deadly weapon, possession of a firearm and ammunition as a convicted felon, hit and run, and obstruction of justice.
Okay, let me. We're talking about California. Hold on, let me show you.
Firearm and ammunition as a convicted felon, hit and run.
Okay. Attempted murder on a police officer, that'll be thrown out. Assault with a deadly weapon, that'll stick. Possession of a firearm and ammunition, that'll be thrown out. The hit and run, that's their probable cause, that will stick. So there's two charges there that will never hold up.
And obstruction of justice. These charges can
No, he's not going to get... That's like life in the state of California, Cromwell. He ain't getting no 6 months. Probably about 3 weeks. Oh, we're overcrowded. Who's ready to go?
result in decades in prison or even life sentences.
Back up! Get out of the car!
Oh,
The
yeah.
afternoon of August 1st, 2020.
That's some good shooting right there. Don't you think? I got to do it. Love it.
24 in Kuna, Idaho. What seemed like a simple roadside altercation near the intersection of S. Eagle Rod and E. Overland Rod quickly escalated into a dangerous armed pursuit. It began with a report of a man punching into a car, later identified as 24-year-old Jeremiah Bainbridge, and the victim was a woman known to him. What happened next was truly shocking. In the middle of a high-speed chase, he called 911. The situation turned critical when Bainbridge admitted he was carrying a Glock 19 and declared he'd rather die than be taken into custody. Ignoring 23 commands from the 911 dispatcher to pull over, he continued driving recklessly, threatening to end his life if forced to stop.
Be like, yeah, please do. Absolutely, in your life. Save us a lot of taxpayer dollars if you'll do that. Don't worry, we'll put in a good word for you in hell.
The chase stretched across several miles until Sergeant Michael Geisel executed a flawless Piat maneuver near the westbound I-84 on-ramp, forcing the RAV-4 to a halt. Officers surrounded the vehicle, drew their weapons, and ordered Bainbridge to drop his gun. But instead of surrendering, he grew more aggressive, gripping the Glock tightly. Tragically,
What an
he
idiot.
refused to stop, and what happened next was something no one wanted to expect it.
Get out of the fucking car! Get out of the fucking car! Stay back, stay back, stay back! Hands! Show us your hands! Back up!
Too many people talking, ladies and gentlemen. Not only is that extremely unprofessional, it's chaotic.
Back up! Back up! Back up! Back up! Get out of the car! Show me your hands!
Oh, shit! He was running away from them. Wait.
Get out of the car! Show me your hands!
I'm trying to figure out how they can justify. The only thing I can figure that they can justify shooting him like that is he's got a gun, got a Glock 19, and he's running towards traffic with a weapon. And he could carjack somebody, he could shoot somebody. So to protect the public, they took him down. That'd work on an incident report.
Show me your hands! Back up! Get out of the car!
How the fuck you kill somebody and then tell them to show me your hands? Yeah, hey, after 16 rounds, I need you to show me your hands. That's a stupid thing to say. I mean, really. After you know you've landed some lead poisoning in his body, to say, show me your hands. All righty then.
Car! Show me your hands!
Bad shot.
Let go of the gun! Move your
He's
hands!
not fucking
Put your
moving.
hands behind your hands up!
Police
he
secured
moving?
the scene, recovered
I
the
didn't
weapon,
see him move.
and immediately began providing medical aid to Bainbridge before transporting him to the hospital.
Do you guys see the looky-loos in the uniform? That's what we called them, the looky-loos. They come to your scene and not help, not do shit, just stand there and look. Yeah, you got some looky-loos. I got 3 of them right behind me, not doing jack shit. How about you go back 10-8? We don't need you at the scene. It's a waste of resources. No reason for those fucktards to be there.
Actually, give me the bandage for the front car. Got it. Yeah, right there. Bandage for front.
No, they ain't doing shit.
After being treated and released from the hospital, Bainbridge was booked into the Ada County Jail and charged under Idaho law with 2 felony counts, domestic battery, and eluding police. Each of these offenses carries a maximum sentence of 5 years in prison and or a fine of up to $5,000. The additional charges of grand theft and robbery were dismissed as part of a plea agreement. The Valley County
That's what
Prosecutor's
happens.
Office completed its legal review and determined that none of the officers involved should face criminal charges.
Isn't that fucked up? You do your job, and then you got to worry about if you're going to face criminal charges. You weren't malice in shooting that guy. I mean, no, you didn't plan it and run after him to kill him. You were acting under the color of law. This is why every police department and sheriff's department and state police across our country needs immunity from lawsuits and prosecution. It's bullshit. Let them handle it internally.
Ow! Ah! Get out of the car!
Are you telling me that taser did not work? Really? No. He tased him. That should have been the end of it, right?
Get out of the car!
And that's what happened to me twice, using a taser in the line of duty. They kept coming. Very dangerous.
September 28, 2017, Salt Lake City Police Department
shit.
received a call reporting a disturbance at a massage school. A man had been accused of groping a woman, then continuing his harassment in a chaotic, uncontrolled frenzy. Police didn't take long to respond, and the first on scene was Officer Gregory. He stepped out of his patrol car. No sirens, no red lights. Just another routine call, a check on a public disturbance. But what Gregory didn't know was that he had just stepped into a confrontation with someone who had spent years in the shadows.
What does that mean? Spent years in the shadows. I'm petrified now.
Hey, come over here for a second. No. Come over here. Hey, get away from the car. 211, will you step my back up? Hey, get over here. Hey! Come here.
The suspect, later identified as Michael Bruce Peterson, didn't shout, didn't lash out. He simply walked away in silence. And it was that silence that triggered every instinct in Gregory's body. He followed, slowly, cautiously, but not cautiously enough. Peterson wasn't just any man. He was a convicted felon who had spent more than a decade behind bars for attempted murder. He knew exactly.
I was thinking he just got off work at the hospital. No, convicted. No, that's bullshit. They're making this shit up.
Exactly when to run and exactly when to strike. And that morning, he chose to do both.
Hey. Hey, come here.
Yeah, that shit happens,
Just come talk to me
Chris.
for a minute, man. Don't. Hey, stay right there.
At this point, he's done walked away. You don't be nice to this piece of shit. Oh, come on over here and talk to me, okay, buddy? What'd I fucking tell you, fucking Kojak?
Sit down. Sit down.
Come on.
Sit down.
See, right there, I'd just pepper spray him. Seriously, I'd have walked up there and just pepper sprayed him. I already told him, what, 3 or 4 times to stop, come over here. He walks down the sidewalk, fuck you. When I catch up to you, you're getting pepper sprayed. That officer should have just sprayed him right there. And guess what? That would have been the end of it. See, officers are escalating this shit by not taking action and not having control of the scene. And this officer has no control.
Hey, come here, man.
Kojak is controlling everything.
Peterson entered a nearby gas station. He wasn't looking for fuel. He wasn't seeking help. He walked straight toward a parked Jeep and tried to steal it. Officer Levelvell ordered him to stop. Peterson turned, said nothing, then charged like a wild animal.
100 east, 300 south. Don't. Hey! Hey! Get out of the car! Fuck your punk ass. Ow! Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Get out of the car!
Now, yeah, he tased him. Now watch what Kojak does. Had I pepper sprayed him, none of that would have happened, was fixing to happen. He wouldn't have jumped out and charged at me.
Deployment. Get out and get on the ground. Get out and get on the ground. Let's go. Let's go.
The fight erupted in the tight space between car and pump. Peterson attacked with brutal force, unarmed, but deadly. During the struggle, he managed to rip the baton from the officer's belt and began to strike back. The
And I'd have
first blow
shot him.
landed on Gregory's face.
The minute he got my baton, I would have shot him. Of course, again, see, none of this would have happened if me or somebody else on my shift would have handled this call. Kojak would have just been pepper sprayed. And right about now, he'd be asking me for some water.
Sound of his nose breaking was as sharp as shattering glass. The second hit straight to the leg dropped him to the ground. Officer Levelvell was overwhelmed, in pain, bleeding, vision blurred by shock. And if not for the exact timing of his backup, it might have been his last breath.
Shoot him! Correct!
Another officer had just arrived. He saw his partner lying on the ground helpless, and a man towering over him, baton raised high, ready to deliver the final blow. There was no choice. He drew his weapon and fired the shot that changed everything. Peterson collapsed. The man who had chosen violence met his end in public at the barrel of the very justice he sought to destroy.
I bet you about now he's thinking he wish he hadn't stopped so many times at Dunkin' Donuts. Because he's not physically fit to do the job. His fat ass couldn't get up from the fucking ground when he fell down. Oh my God, really?
My ankle's broken, dude.
Oh, okay, never mind. Never mind.
The backup officer rushed in, applying pressure to the wounds, calling for medics.
Because of all the weight you've been
Gregory
putting
was
on it the
transported
last
to the
few
hospital
years.
in critical condition, a broken nose, a broken leg, and trauma throughout his body. But by some miracle, he survived. He was treated.
Is it just me, or does the officer and the suspect look like twins? I'm not making this up. That looks like the suspect.
And in time, he recovered. As for Michael Bruce Peterson, the man who had survived over a decade behind prison walls was brought down in minutes by the very rage he carried to the bitter end.
Gun.
At around 9:55 p.m. on April 27, 2025 in Cottonwood, Arizona, a woman made a panicked call to 911. She reported that her husband, 58-year-old David Coomer, was in a rage. He smashed things and was now in the bedroom where the gun cabinet was. She stated that she didn't feel safe and had already left the room. 2 officers rushed to the scene and instructed the remaining family members to evacuate. They approached the house cautiously, doing everything they could to de-escalate the situation without resorting to force, but no sign of cooperation from David.
Right here, right?
I'm just hoping, because I don't know yet, but I'm really hoping that these officers did identify themselves. Because you're in this man's house. It is not illegal for him to have a gun in his house. I don't know. I just hope they did identify themselves so the suspect would know there's police officers on the other side of this door.
What's his name?
Hey, David.
Okay. Never mind. They did.
David. David, can you come out and talk to us?
No, you have to identify yourself. This is Officer Patterson with such and such police department. I need you to come out here and talk to me.
David.
Welcome to the hunt, Susan. 13 months. Damn, you're dedicated. Just hanging around waiting to see my thong, aren't you? Thank you, Miss Susan. Appreciate it, darling.
Who was all in the house? You and the kid?
They have yet to tell David that they're police officers. As far as David's concerned, it could be a next door neighbor or he doesn't know. I'm not making excuses, but we're talking about a 58-year-old man inside his residence. The door's closed. He doesn't know who that is on the other side of the door. They're not identifying themselves. They're just saying, hey, David, can you come out here and talk to us? If his diabetic medication fucked him up or something, you don't know. The last thing you want to do is shoot this old man. Of course, I don't know, 58 seems awful young to me.
Hey, David, we just want to talk, man.
No, I really don't. I don't like commando. Very uncomfortable.
Can you come out so we can see you? Is this your adult son?
It's kind of like 2 pieces of split pea soup banging around. You know, I just don't like it.
I just want to get everybody out of the house, just in case. Just hang out with your mom in the garage, please.
That's smart.
David, can you come out and talk to us?
Get everybody out of the house.
David, your family's concerned about you. We're here to help you. Come on out.
Okay. Tell him you're a police officer. Please tell him you're a police officer.
Barricading.
He's barricaded at this point. David. Can you come out?
Please tell him you're a police officer. That's really important to identify yourself. You can't assume that he knows.
Treat this as a barricaded subject. Come on out civilly. We don't want to have to call the SWAT team out.
Well, there's something. He did mention SWAT team, so that kind of
Everybody's concerned about you.
aims
Come on
it
out.
towards law enforcement.
Yeah, we're going to have to get everybody out. Call a barricade. Go.
Oh, no. You remember earlier when I said he's got to come up with it? He's just walking out with holding it in his hand. Watch.
Go.
That would pass. Yeah. That would pass as a good shoot. Yeah, he's got it up too high. Damn. Poor man. Because see here, you're not really dealing with a fucking piece of shit criminal. You're dealing with somebody that's pissed off and could be under the influence of some kind of prescribed medication. I don't know. See, the officers have to do what they have to do, but in a situation like this, you want to try to handle it with kid gloves as much as humanly possible. Because as close as he was, he could have just tackled him, run at him. Of course, you don't know what you're going to do until you're in that situation. I'm not going to sit here and say, yeah, I would have just ran after him and tackled. I don't know. I've never been in a situation like this. I don't know how I would have handled it. I would hope I wouldn't shoot that 58-year-old man. Damn. The officer did what he had to do. I understand that, but I would hope I would have just rushed him, slammed him up against that wall behind him, and the rifle would have dropped. I don't know. But with a rifle, if you're close to the suspect, it's hard for him to aim it and shoot you. It's a long rifle. So if I rushed him and he hit that wall, the gun's not a threat to me unless he pushes me backwards and now he's got a shot. I don't know. I don't know how I would have handled it. Thank God I've never had a situation like this.
Suddenly, the sound of a gun being cocked echoed from inside the room. Moments later, David stepped out with a firearm in hand. Tragically, what followed was something no one ever wanted to happen.
You know what, Miss Susan? Thank you, darling. This is what smart-ass Susan said, okay, in her super chat. Because at least she left a message. That's the important part. But here's her message for those on Kick and Rumble. I've been told to leave a comment when doing a super chat. You're going to keep on till you owe me like 20 light to medium. No, not even light, just medium. I'm going to make you work for it. Smart ass.
Faced with an imminent threat,
That was
the officers
great. Susan, that was great. That was just great. I've been told by, I'm not going to name any names, but his initials is Night Cop 35, that when leaving a comment when doing a super chat.
fire. David was hit and collapsed instantly.
Subject down, subject down.
Thank you, darling.
It's all right.
Okay,
I'll cover you.
okay. No, stay there, sir, stay there, stay there.
673, roll medical, please.
You have to clear the weapon. I don't know why this officer's standing there with a gun on a shot victim. Get the weapon. It's no longer in his hands. Pull the weapon out of the scene and holster your weapon. I don't understand why they're not doing that.
7-6, shots fired, shots.
The officers maintained a safe distance, called for medical aid, and ordered David not to move, but it was too late. David Coomer succumbed to his injuries. The incident is currently under investigation by the Arizona Department of Public Safety's Major Incident Division.
Patriot! Tell him I said hello. Ladies and gentlemen, do you see the fucking vehicles going by in the direction that this fucktard's shooting? I don't know. I
811, shot
don't
fire,
know.
shot
Let me
fire.
see what's happened here. It's just crazy.
Underwear or something. Mag or...
Right here, right here.
You gotta watch for crossfire.
Austin, Texas, on Wednesday, May 7th, 2025, at approximately 12:40 a.m., officers with the Austin Police Department conducted a traffic stop in the 800 block of East Breaker Lane. The vehicle had been pulled over because the driver failed to use a turn signal. Inside were a female driver, a male passenger, and a child seated in the back. Officers asked 26-year-old Branson Barrales to step out of the vehicle for a search,
D3, you're
as
here.
He did not have any identification. But what happened next was something no one could have predicted.
Breaker in 35, sir. Northbound. What's going on, Officer Pitcher, Austin Police Department? Reason for the stops, you didn't use your turn signal when you made the right in here.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
All right, do you have your ID on you?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Alright, I'm sorry about that.
Nothing. Any weapons or anything in the car? What are you worried about?
Huh.
Okay. Let me step on that.
Is it cool if I pat you down, dude? Just make sure you don't have any guns or anything.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
As Officer Ryan Kirchberg
I'm just worried about
began the
those
search,
cars.
Barrales suddenly shoved him and took off running.
Oh, see the
But
gun?
what escalated the situation was his repeated
See the
motion
gun?
toward his right hip.
Yep.
Was he reaching for a weapon? There was no time to confirm. Within seconds, Officer Kirchberg and Officer Pitcher opened fire simultaneously. Barrales was struck and collapsed in the parking lot of a nearby Chevron gas station.
Guns or anything?
Looked like he had a gun to me.
811, shots fired! Shots fired!
Oh my god. Nice.
Alright, start or stage EMS. We're going to need more units. It goes off Breaker, eastbound.
Miss Bridge, I'm glad you brought that up because I've been meaning to apologize to you. I know I said an hour and a half butt massage. I got carried away. I didn't mean to keep you up so late. I deeply apologize, sweetheart. I'll make it up to you. Okay? I will.
Hey man, where's the gun at?
Cleave!
Let me see your hands. You're reaching.
No, I'm not working.
Yes, you are. Do me a favor, man, okay?
Line of fire.
Do me a favor?
Lobos.
Alright?
From the
We're
service
going to
road.
get you help.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Chevron parking lot
Sorry.
on the east side driveway.
Hey, do me a favor, bro. Alright? Hey, crawl to your left. Alright, where's the gun at?
We only see one hand.
Careful.
Leave the guns on his right side.
Okay, here's the thing. You can't use this vehicle. And I don't know what I'm talking about here because I don't know if they got the child out of that car. I didn't see them get the child out of the car. So you cannot use this vehicle as cover. There's a child inside. You can't do it. Unless they remove the driver and the child, and I think I see, if you'll look here, right here behind me, or this way, right there, that looks like somebody's shoulder wearing a blue shirt with long hair. See the long hair? Well, I can't. It's hard to do it backwards. I know, Miss Bridge. I did it backwards a couple times, but I'm talking about on the stream.
He's stating he cannot move, cannot see his left hands.
I heard the child.
Get the vehicle.
Did you
You have anything on you?
No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't.
Okay, there's nobody in the car. Okay, good.
No, you're gonna say.
So yeah, you can use the car as cover. Okay,
Hey, I'm just gonna come
I'm
back
good.
here because she's in the line of fire and she has a kid.
All right, that's fine.
You take her and you put her in your patrol unit in the back seat with that child. You don't let him just stand around waiting for a bullet to catch up to him.
Hey, Kirschberg, I'm gonna have
I got lethal.
her and her kid move back.
No shit.
Hey,
Put him in your patrol
move
unit.
to my car. Move to my car.
Okay, yeah, move to his car.
Hey, I'm moving up.
Yeah, both of us are.
Do not reach for the gun. Let me see your hands.
Where's it at? It was right waistband. We saw the imprint.
It's underneath. It's under me. Roll over.
Roll over in your stomach.
Do it
Roll
now.
over in your stomach.
Barrelace cried out, begged for help, and claimed he couldn't move, but the officers didn't wait. They moved in, rolled him over, and discovered a handgun tucked inside his underwear right near his hip, exactly where he'd been reaching moments before.
All right, flip him over. Flip him over.
Hey,
Someone go, put your hands behind. Where's the gun?
you got gloves, Kirsch?
No, I do not.
Can I get drinking water?
Where's the gun at, Jude?
I don't know, sir.
Keep her arms.
No, I can't move.
You can't reach like that, dude.
No, I'm not
Hey,
reaching.
give me his other hand.
We was talking about earlier, dumbass.
Please. You don't gotta handcuff me. I'm not doing nothing, man.
It's over there. Where's the gun? Gun.
I threw it.
It's in my pants.
Get the gun.
It's underneath. It's in my right here.
Back of his underwear or something. Bag or...
Right here, right here. Gun. Watch out.
Where's it at?
It's right here. Right here.
I got it.
She lives by my car. She has a kid.
Back of the Tahoe.
She has a kid.
Barrelace was transported to a local hospital where he's currently being treated for his injuries. Charges against him are pending, and the specific counts are still under investigation. No one else, including the female driver, the child, or the officers, was injured in the incident. Under Texas law, Barrelace could face charges for resisting arrest, unlawful possession of a firearm, and endangering the welfare of a child.
Yep.
What's your take on this situation and how the officers
Yeah, he had two
responded?
guns.
Let us know in the comments.
Two guns.
Get on the ground.
What are you guys doing?
What the fuck, over?
Put your arms behind your back.
I can't. You have them. How can I?
In January 2025, multiple law enforcement agencies coordinated an enforcement operation at a property in Lafarge, Wisconsin, a location that had been the subject of complaints from residents since 2013 due to piles of outdoor trash and discarded materials. Despite repeated orders from police throughout 2024, the property owner, 51-year-old Jacob Sell, stubbornly refused to cooperate. Eventually, the court was forced to issue a
Isn't he a professor at Harvard? I think, yeah. He's one of the professors at Harvard. Very educated.
stubbornly refused to cooperate. Eventually, the court was forced to issue a mandatory cleanup order. Jacob already had a complicated history with law enforcement. Just weeks earlier, he had called 911 a total of 115 times, yelling and harassing the dispatchers. During a planning meeting, authorities agreed that if Jacob appeared during the cleanup, he would be arrested immediately for violating conditions of his pre-trial release due to those prior nuisance calls. As the cleanup began, one of Jacob's friends showed up and curiously asked what was going on.
I would be like, you need to step back. This is none of your business. I don't owe little looky-loos or next-door neighbors any kind of statement. They're just being fucking nosy. It ain't none of their concern, none of their business. Go back to your house or somewhere else other than here. I'm not explaining jack shit.
Can you hear me?
Which
just saw Chief Palmer, Jacob.
Oh, what the f*** are you doing on the phone, you stupid piece of shit?
Well, we're
What are you
taking...
doing? I'm stealing some shit today, you card?
Jacob then continued calling 911 from a different county, forcing dispatch to reroute the calls to Vernon County. He insisted that people were taking his belongings and declared he was heading to the scene, where he warned something would go down upon his arrival. Dispatch promptly contacted the Lafarge police chief to inform him that Jacob wanted to speak directly with him.
Get people hooked on drugs and then take their f***ing kids? How many times have you done
Jacob,
that?
if you're not going to be
How
civil,
many
if...
people have you arrested for child support, you card? And then after...
I just hang up. I'm not talking to him. You think I'm going to stay on the phone unless somebody... He's not there for me to pepper spray him. I'm just... Hang up.
How many people have you arrested for?
After Jacob continued yelling and using offensive language, officers decided to end the call, recognizing that further
Good.
conversation was futile. And, as expected, just minutes later, Jacob showed up at the scene. Officers didn't hesitate for a second.
Good.
They immediately moved in and placed him under arrest.
Why don't you just ask me to put my hands behind my back?
We told you to stop.
Oh, you're going to argue with him, officer? Really?
We'll have to,
I'm not negotiating with this fucking idiot.
right now.
Yeah.
Radio.
I'm going to get this out of your way.
17 Vernon, we're 1095.
1095. One time.
Oh, so you're gonna destroy my pants too? Yeah, send
We're gonna try. Shut the fuck up.
And you tackled me to the ground.
We're going to try to destroy whatever we can, you dumbass.
Bill jumping.
Oh, get some good pictures there, Lonnie. The crybaby. Yeah, the guy who always punches. I can't stand up, dude. You guys up my knee. You up my knee good. I can't even be on that knee. Get up. Wow.
He's a perfect example on why we need mental institutions.
Oh, look at them all. That's what it takes. Don't have junk in Lafarge, guys. They will bring...
I would take him to Central Hospital and let them, and hold him for 72, Central State Hospital, and let him hold him for 72 hours for evaluation. Charges pending. No shit. Taking him to jail is not going to fix it. I would, 35 stations, show me 1076 Central State. My dispatcher will call over there, let them know I got a patient en route to their location.
Everybody in Vernon County down on ya. And of course, we got Punch Down Mueller. Of course, he never reports that I sued him for defamation and that his wife's buddy dismissed it. And I embarrassed her when I got the appellate judge to reverse it.
Probably could just do the cuffs now.
Ah! Yeah. See, most people, this is the worst day of their life.
What do you want to bet he hadn't washed his hair in years? There's probably a fucking bird nest in there somewhere.
For me, this is... I can't believe how much money people give you just for going to jail. That's been really surprising. But that will be chump change.
Jacob, just hey.
Shut your f***ing mouth.
Texas! Bam! Ha ha! Thank you, buddy. Bam! Thank you so much, buddy. Very much. I know that was the alert, but this is my thank you right here. Thank you, buddy. Very much. Bam! I'm streaming in my phone right now. I'm streaming in my thong right now. Don't let this uniform shirt fool you. Calm down, Miss Bridge. You seen it last night. Nothing's changed since last night, sweetheart. And again, I'm so sorry for keeping you up so late. I feel bad.
Just so you're aware, since
Thank you, Texas.
for any court time. Yeah, you can send all the bills.
Is it okay? I mean, Trooper, will it offend you at all if I ask if there's any relation here? I mean, this is like your mother's brother or something. I'm just asking because there's just a lot of similarities. So.
Why are you even talking to me, bitch?
Oh, most definitely. I've had a shower. I even shaved. Everywhere. Not just here. I'm smooth. I'm ready. I get this shit. I don't know where that came from. That was not my fault, ladies and gentlemen. I went over and beyond the call of bullshit. That wasn't my fault. I'm just going to shut up now. Miss Bridge started it.
Send all the fucking bills you want. My bill's bigger and always will be. Yeah.
Did he say his dick's bigger? Is that what he said? Wait, did he say his what?
You want. My bill's bigger and always will
Oh, bill.
be. Yeah.
Okay, his bill. Excuse me.
Why are you leaving my property on the ground? It's getting dirty.
Yeah, bills are bigger. Yeah.
Your gun. You getting your kicks back there, Steve? Putting your knee in my ribs? Yeah. When did I resist, guys? When was that? Yeah. Tackle a guy onto the frozen ground and then put 4 guys on his back.
Because he committed terroristic threats against the officer over the phone and at 911 dispatch. He told him something's going to happen. When he arrived on the scene, something's going to happen. That's terroristic threats. That's illegal. Yeah, that's only a misdemeanor, but I can still put his ass in jail.
When did I ever flee? Hey, where's the murdering John Brown? You didn't send him out. Oh, but you got some face from where are you from, Knutson? Yeah, I wouldn't want to say either. What, are you afraid of being Ontario? What? They still got a fucking cop? Oh, man, look at those fucking things sticking in. Oh, now we're doing masks. Wow.
Yeah, absolutely, Chris.
Holy shit. Am I going to Guam?
Oh, he's putting a spit bag on him. He must have a history of spitting or biting, either one.
Guantanamo Bay? Holy shit. Now I can't read. You're covering up my fucking nostrils, my mouth.
That's okay. I'm breathing just fine there, slick dick.
In all your days, Harris? Have you ever in all your days?
And they may have put it on there because of those dreadlocks. They don't want that anything coming off in their patrol unit.
Man, guys, that fucking hurts really bad. Hope you don't drop me on my face.
That's all right. I don't feel anything there, buddy. We're good. What a stupid fucking patrol unit. To have a pickup truck as a patrol unit. I understand the sheriff. A lot of sheriffs have pickup trucks as their department vehicle. You do not want a pickup truck. You get into a 1080 with that pickup truck, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Whatever happened to, hey, Jacob, we want to talk to you. You know what this means, don't you there, Zark? I win. Yeah, remember Trespass Buddy? Yeah, you remember Trespass Buddy. We've been here before, Zark. Good old Billy boy.
Hey, you're supposed to get him in there.
Oh, where? Yeah, why don't you make sure you put in the paper how I didn't resist? I just like walk in and they tackled me.
Chris, did you hear that? Hear what he said? He said, Chris, I want my house keys back. Give your Uncle Bob his house keys back. Damn it. Come on, Chris. Don't be that way.
And put me in all this and a mask. And guess where I'm going? We don't call it the Hannibal Lecter chair anymore. We call it the Jacob Cell chair. Look at them all. And you got the city boys standing there. Of course, they're pounding sand per usual. Oh, they might need
He's comical. I'd have a lot of fun with this guy.
I'm not doing anything.
It's $125 an hour.
Dude, I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything. I can't. You fucking tackled me, you up my knee.
And I be telling you, look, I just want to let you know you look fucking ridiculous with that spit bag on. Just so you know. I mean, you always look fucking ridiculous, but now it's like an extra.
How can I do anything? You're
Gonna
gonna
be
be
billed
insane.
at a rate of $125 an hour.
Okay.
Because we're lifting you.
Whatever that means.
Stand up.
Dude,
I ain't never heard of that before.
you're taking me in a fucking ambulance is all I can say.
All right. All your court time is billable, Jacob.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
You can send me all the fucking bills you want.
Then it goes against your property taxes.
You take your fucking best swat there, Palmer.
Chronic nuisance ordinance, Jacob. You got to pay to play now.
I don't know what this officer. Oh, you're gonna be charged 125. I mean, that would be so fucking cool if we could do that. Oh, hey, hood rat. If you don't get in the car, you're gonna be charged $125 an hour for my presence. That would be cool. I've just never heard of it.
Guess what?
No.
You passed that law after I was doing my
You
thing.
have no idea what ex post facto is.
I bet you don't, Chris, I bet you don't have the guts to tell him that at fucking Thanksgiving dinner. Do you? Yeah. I don't think you'd tell him that.
Yeah, and I
Just
know,
saying.
and I know the grandfather clause, and I know the 6-point test at the Supreme Court in Wisconsin used to determine whether ordinances
Stop talking.
GTA story character.
Oh, wait, you told me not to exercise.
At least we can pull him through.
I can't. Oh, you're a
And here's what's really ridiculous of this whole thing. What do you think? What do you guys think is the most ridiculous thing that's happening at this scene? I'm just asking. Reminds me of Trevor from GTA 5, but a less redneck version. I don't know who Trevor is, but okay. What is the most ridiculous thing here that's happening? Nobody? Nobody? Any takers? Come on, Miss Bridge. After all my exertion from last night, you should at least have a comment. Well, that's one, but look. Watch this.
not to exercise.
Why in the fuck do you need the whole fucking department at the scene for one guy that's right now already in cuffs? Me and my sergeant could have took this fucking idiot to the ground, cuffed him, put him in the fucking backseat of the patrol unit, and we'd already been transporting. Look at how many people, the little looky-loos, just standing around. So fucking ridiculous. Go check some fucking buildings. Hey, Slick Dick in the middle. Go check the fucking Ford dealership and the Chevy dealership. Make sure nobody's breaking into cars and shit. Go patrol. Make yourself useful.
I can't. Oh, you're a fucking doctor now. Get me a fucking medic. You guys tackled me to the ground and he fucking jerked my knee and leaned on it.
I'm right here, Jacob. What do you need?
Yeah, I need a fucking ambulance.
I'm a medic. What do you need?
All right, well, if you're a fucking medic, don't you do an examination, dude? You just saw all this shit just happen. Gets tackled to the ground.
Yeah, that's what it is.
By 4 guys, what happens?
Yep. I checked for injuries. You're fine.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
So how the f did you check my knee?
Because I was down there. What's that?
I'll put it on last week.
Okay.
So we'll go back in and...
Why are they not transporting? I still don't understand why they homesteaded a fucking scene nowadays. We loaded them, we cuffed them, stuffed them, transported. That's it. We didn't hang around. Why is he hanging out the patrol unit? Push him in there and close the fucking door. And then drive him to the station. I don't understand why they do this. I see this in almost every video where they gotta like homestead, build a fucking bonfire and shit and wait for the marshmallows to show up before they can transport the idiot. Makes no sense. We got out of the scene as fast as, not that we were running from anything, but there's no reason to stick around. Everything's gonna escalate if you stick around. His brother's gonna show up, his son's gonna show up, start raising it. There's no reason to stay there.
Just put me on a stretcher, dummies. Ask Zerk. He knows, don't you, boyo? You're going to need to give me...
I guess so.
Because last time I left, I had to go right to the ER because you guys refused. And guess what?
I don't want to hear this fucktard's voice. I would transport him quickly. Yeah, Miss Bridge said, well, you were not getting filmed back then. No, we weren't getting filmed. Shit, if we were getting filmed, I'd have been a fucking celebrity. I'd have been an overnight celebrity. Me and Reyes, Lawson, oh yeah. We'd have been the Three Stooges out there enforcing the law.
Take me to the ER, that's where I go. Every time I get tackled to the ground. I have a hernia, untreated, right now. I can
Don't give a shit.
Not to mention my back is...
You're mistaking me for a doctor.
You guys do tackle me to the ground.
And you're mistaking me for somebody that gives a fuck.
Which coward?
I don't.
They were pretty pissed off. It must have been Steve.
See, ladies and gentlemen, there's got to be a reason. What's their reason? They're just standing there. Why are they not transporting this idiot? Put him in the back seat and close that door. Even if you're waiting on something, close the door. I don't know, Chris.
That must be a pre-existing condition.
Makes no sense to me. We never did that shit.
6 hours in the Jacob cell chair on December 19th in Vernon County. I went to the ER. That's all.
Wait, Pantene. Pantene said on Kick. Freak show, $5 a peek. Oh no. No, you're not getting a peek at my thong for no less than $20. Okay, all right, 10. Yeah, I'll do it for 10. I'll be a man whore for 10. $10. We've negotiated my price. Take it or leave it.
All documented. They gave me a
Try this again.
Try to get over there.
Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot right straight through. Hey, if we could get some more help. We got you.
Some more help? Make him fucking walk or drag him.
I mean, you know it. Well, you can help yourself, but you're not.
Yeah. There's an EMT. I
What?
did an examination by standing 5 feet away.
They had to wait for a special unit to show up?
Ah, it's my bad knee.
Don't give a
Glad
fuck.
you got body cams, tards. Can't breathe in this thing. This mask is over my face and mouth.
He might have been watching my stream. Did you hear him? He said fucktard. That's my invention. He might have been a Night Cop 35, or he may have just followed Trooper in. Yeah, and Chris, of course.
You want to follow? Yep. You just go ahead and...
I don't know, murder series.
Tell him to be ready.
I can't breathe in this thing.
We'll be en route to the detention center.
Yeah, I remember that. That was back in the 80s. The Tylenol murders. They were pulling Tylenol off the shelf everywhere because 2 people died. I think it was cyanide. Yeah, it had cyanide in it. Oh, Miss Susan, leave me a comment, darling.
Starting mileage.
Even
I
after
didn't see
being
that.
handcuffed and secured inside the
Oh,
patrol
he did.
car, Jacob kept shouting insults, complaining about his injuries, and mocking the authorities nonstop. The enforcement may have restrained his body, but it
Oh, it
clearly
was over
couldn't
7.
silence his aggressive speech.
Miss Bridge, you have a wonderful night. Get some sleep. You'll need your energy. Just saying. If you raid over here, Wayne is on. Just to let you know, Pat. If you raid over, I forgot how to raid. How do you raid? They used to host channel. Oh, there it is. Okay, never mind. There he is. Okay, I got him. Oh, okay, I remember now. Color me stupid. Holy shit. Okay, right here, guys. Oh, no, let's just go.
Friday
I'm going to leave this running. I got to run to the little girl's room. I'll be right back.
evening, September 27th, 2024, Plano, Illinois. A 911 call came through just as the sky darkened. The line was weak. The voice, old, broken, barely holding on. And his final words repeated like a warning.
911, what's the location emergency?
Yes, pretty sure I just got robbed today. Some of my guns are missing and everything.
Okay. And what is your address?
It's Pratt Court, Plano, Illinois.
Okay. And do you have like signs of forced entry in your home?
Yeah, I just noticed it right now.
All right. How many of them are missing?
That I don't know yet because I didn't take inventory, but I know a shotgun is missing.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and have our officer.
Hey!
Hello? Hello?
Dispatch tried calling back, but no one answered. The caller, later identified as 70-year-old Mr. Russell, was found dead at the scene. He never got to finish his story, but the gunshots had already been fired, and hell had already opened its doors. A neighbor who heard the loud blasts dialed 911 again. By the time police arrived, the garage door was still open, and from inside, a vehicle burst out as if fleeing the very crime it had just committed. Behind the wheel, a man gripped a shotgun, his eyes empty, expressionless.
601 garage door just opened. Vehicle started in the garage.
Hey, please stop! Stop! Stop!
Got a 28 Edward Bravo, Edward Boy 20606, 20606.
Stop!
Yeah, he didn't listen,
The
did he?
chase began. Officers from multiple units were mobilized, tailing the car as it sped through intersections and neighborhood streets, triggering waves of emergency alerts. Red lights, sirens, roadblocks, all closing in on one final destination, an intersection where fate was already waiting. The car came to a stop. The door opened, and without a word, the man stepped out and opened fire. The gunshots rang out like thunderclaps. A firefight erupted in the middle of a residential street, just feet from homes, vehicles, and innocent lives. Police responded instantly.
Look how close that white vehicle is.
Hundreds of life or death trainings. In a matter of seconds, it was
It's
over.
3.
The gunman collapsed to the ground. He was pronounced dead at the scene by medical personnel. His identity confirmed Nicholas Novak, 36 years old, the victim's biological son. No officers were injured.
Good night, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody. I've got to go. Gotta leave you all behind and face the truth.